UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific on the side. CQDX down under, CQDX Australia, UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. Yeah, 372, we're waving at you. 791 here, Gulf Islands, North Pacific, off the west coast of Canada. Yeah, Adelaide, you're sounding Q5, buddy. Adelaide, Australia, we're waving at you. Good to hear you out there, my friend. You're making a nice trip here to the Gulf Islands off the west coast of Canada.
Thank you very much for the signal here, 3 and 5.
All right there, 325 Adelaide. Yeah, we got you here about, I guess, probably about the same there, maybe 3 to 7, something like that. Good audio. Got a couple of other stations in there, but you're definitely making a trip here to the North Pacific, QSL.
My PDH is
Okay, there, 625 Adelaide. I missed the personal there. There's another station in there with you, but hey, 625 Adelaide, not a problem, brother. It's really busy on this side, but you're making a good signal and you got good audio, good sound and station from down under. You got Joe here, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, and the QTHs on the Gulf Islands off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia. QSL. We got you in there, 2-0. Hang on one sec there, buddy. I'm just going to finish up here with 625. We're doing good there, 2-0. You're smoking in here, too. Hey, 625, appreciate the comeback, my friend. And you have a good one down in Australia. Cheers and beers from 791 Gulf Islands out here in the North Pacific. Yeah, 2-0. We got you out there too, my friend. 2-0 Australia.
Hey, Joe, you want to drop down to 3-0, mate? 3-0,
30, channel 305.
Yeah, that's the one.
QSY. Hello there, 2-0. How goes it?
How are you, Joe? You got 2-0, Mick, mate. How's everything going up there,
Sounding good, Mick, man. You're smoking in here, getting right through all the train wreck. This is a good channel. Nice and quiet here.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you're doing a good job too. I'm not hearing much from anywhere else up that way. You're the only station I'm hearing at the moment. I've got you about a 7-9 coming in beautiful, mate.
Hey, man, you're smoking here, bouncing right up into the red there. Not a problem, Mick. Q5 all the way from down under. Hope all is well in Australia today. I know you guys are probably at least 18 hours ahead of us or so it's probably Saturday morning there.
Yeah, Roger, mate, Saturday morning. I'm not sure of the time. I haven't got my phone in me to find out what the time is. I just got to the property. I just come up from my house in town. But, yeah, no, I didn't think there was any skipping. I heard you down on 35. I was up on 38, had the other radio on, and listening on 35, and you come through on that one on the IMAX 2000. So I was surprised to hear,
Yeah, I was down on channel 6, believe it or not, AM, talking to Australia on the on an Antron 99 as well. Isn't that unreal, man? Good conditions.
Yeah, I reckon, we're probably skipping over to the US there, Joe, because I'm not hearing nothing from that side. I'm only hearing you at the moment, over.
Same with you. You're the only one on this frequency. I have my beam pointed right at you, man, and you are smoking in here. Like, Q5, brother.
Yeah, Roger, that's the way you want it, eh? Nice and loud. It's not often you get it like that, but when you do, you take it, mate, over.
Well, this is the best kind of DX, so I can actually hear the person I'm talking to without 10 other stations in there or somebody doubling with you. There's nobody else in here on frequency. And generally at night, channel 30 is very quiet here because it is an AM channel here, but nobody talks on it anyway, so this is perfect.
Yeah, I know that. I know that's funny, isn't it? Because we normally talk down on channel 20. That's where we normally talk. And, yeah, we always get the US guys coming up and saying, oh, we're on the AM channel. But in Australia, that's not classed as an AM channel. But you know what? I guess it's always up to whatever operator uses it, I suppose, over.
It's exactly, Mick. It's the same thing when I'm talking sideband to Australia on 355. There's this one guy that always comes in on AM and tells me it's an AM channel, and it's not. In Canada, 31 to 40 is sideband. It's always been that way. So, yeah, whoever's operating it, I guess they kind of make up their own rules.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. And I think nowadays, well, I know, Joe, in Australia, there's not a lot of AM operators, and there's more sideband operators than AM operators in Australia. But I think in the US it might be a little different, over.
It might be. Yeah, there's a lot of AM operators. Like during the day with AM skip here, it's all US coming in, all US, and then at nighttime, when the US skip is faded out on channel 11, it's all Hawaii and some Australia in there on channel 11 and even on channel 6.
Yeah, Roger, mate. Yeah, there's some guys within Melbourne and Victoria there. They go down to that channel 6 and channel 11 or whatever it is, and they go down there and talk on AM. So there's some regulars that do go on them frequencies, but most of the operators are sideband operators. There's a lot more sideband operators in Australia, over.
I like sideband better anyway. It's just better, better clarity. To me, I compare it like to listening to music on the radio. AM versus FM. FM is clear.
Yeah, Roger, mate, that's right. And I don't know, I just think the skip on sideband is just beautiful. You know, when it's coming in good, it's coming in good. AM, I guess you can get it pretty good at sometimes, but most of the time you're struggling to hear them, over.
Oh, exactly. No, AM or sideband skip, way better contacts. I've never worked Europe on AM. I always hear it coming in on sideband. It's just way better conditions. That's the way I see it as well, right? So I feel the same way. I was down on channel 6 talking to Australia, and I heard somebody out there, and I turned the beam around, and they were in Alaska. This was this evening, about an hour ago. So I did actually work a couple of stations in Alaska on AM as well.
Yeah, that's good going. That's good going. Yeah. How far is Alaska from where you are, Joe? A rough distance, over?
I'm guessing probably about 1,600 miles, 1,000 to the north of me. I got it to Anchorage. Probably must be actually close to 2,000 miles.
Yeah, that's pretty good going for AM, mate. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we don't normally hear Alaska that much, but the last couple of weeks I've made 3 contacts into Alaska, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Always cool. Last guy I spoke with was just out of Anchorage, Alaska, over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I was just talking to my buddy up there in Anchorage and Kenai and Kenai Peninsula and Fairbanks. So in Australia, do you get a lot of Europe there coming in?
Yeah, Roger. Last night, Joe, I was talking into 29 Division Island and 26 Division and 68. There was a little bit of the UK and that coming in. It was quite good, over.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So you get some pretty good skip there. And how about South Pacific? Do you make it to New Caledonia or like Fiji or Samoa?
Yeah, we hear them quite often. They come in quite often. Yeah, we seem to have been a good little location. Yeah, we hear them in little islands, Western Kiribati, Marshall Islands. Yeah, there's a whole heap of them out there. And yeah, we do hear them, over.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Marshall Islands. That would be cool. That would be a good contact. Nope, I don't think I've ever heard the Marshall Islands. I talked to New Caledonia tonight, and I've talked to Fiji in the past, some of the smaller islands, but Marshall Islands, that's really good.
Yeah, roger, mate. Yeah, we get all them. We get Indonesia, we get 79, the Philippines, I've heard Singapore in there, 25 Japan. We got a pretty good range of countries that we hear down here. And Guam, get the island of Guam as well, over.
Oh yeah, that must be Jack there. Is that 921 Guam?
Yeah, I think he's a Marine, I think he's a Marine living on that island, over.
Okay, because somebody said to me that he's actually in Saipan, and I've talked to Jack many times, nice guy. He says Guam, but a guy in Australia tonight, when I was shooting skip with him talking, he says, no, that guy's in Saipan.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, no, it's good. So you find it hard to get the little islands in the Pacific, do you, Joe?
Yeah, the really far ones like Samoa and Kiribati. I've never talked there. Marshall Islands, but I've talked Indonesia lots, like Timor Island, Indonesia. Philippines, I've talked lots. New Caledonia, and Tasmania, which is part of Australia. And also, there's a little island near New Zealand too that I've talked to a couple of times. I forget the name of it, but it's off New Zealand, or maybe it's near Fiji.
Yeah, roger. There's a lot of them down there. There's Newfolk Island. There's Kangaroo Island. There's a whole heap of them out there, over.
Yeah, Norfolk Island I've never talked to before. Have you talked to Norfolk?
Yeah, QSL.
Oh, cool. That'd be awesome. Kangaroo Island, yep. And Norfolk Island, I think that's about a 2-hour flight off of the coast of somewhere in Australia, right?
Yeah, I think it's about that time, about 2 hours, 2.5. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've spoke with them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You hear them every now and then. I think there's 1 or 2 operators out there. You normally hear them. I've heard them up on Triple Nickel, over.
Okay, cool. So is Norfolk Island part of Australia?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's under the Australian. I think it is actually.
That's what I was thinking. It's I don't know if there's much there. I worked with a guy, and he lived there for about 10 years. He worked for the Parks Department, and he married a girl from there, and then they're living here now. He was born and raised here, but she sounds like an Aussie, though. She's got that Australian accent. That's why I was wondering if it was part of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'd have to check that. I think it is, to be honest. You're smoking at the moment, Joe. You're just peeking up on the 10. Tell you what, mate, we have a good connection when we do make contact, over.
Well, I tell you what, Mick, next time we make contact, let's come down here to Channel 30. This is a good channel to talk on because there's nobody around on this one. It's just you.
Yeah, roger, mate. It's the same this way. I'm only hearing you. Nothing else coming out from up that top end. It's only your station. Like, you're the only one out there, over.
Yeah, same with you, Mick. So this will be our channel, Channel 305. If you hear me up on 385 and it's noisy or whatever, we'll just QSY to this channel.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal, mate. Sounds like a good deal. Seems to be working well. So, have you done, what's the time over there at the moment?
It's 6:16 p.m., 6:16 p.m., and the current temperature is about 6 degrees Celsius. So, clear sky, cool night, 6 degrees Celsius here this far north.
That would be cold, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cold, or not cold for you, over?
No, it's not bad. 6 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Fahrenheit, so not so bad, considering the rest of Canada is probably shoveling snow.
Yeah, that's funny, I was talking to my missus last night in the lounge room, and she was saying she watches this show, and she thought it was done in Victoria, in Melbourne, and she said, but the funny side is that they talk like American or Canadians. And anyway, she looked it up where it was getting, where they had it, where they were doing it from, and it was Canada. So, my missus was saying Canada is very much like Melbourne, part of Canada. I don't know what part, but she was thinking it was Australia where they were filming it, over.
That is funny. Isn't that interesting? Well, there's a little town south of me on Vancouver Island, so I get the ferry and I go across near Victoria, and it's called Sydney by the Sea, and it says something about Australia there, sister city to Sydney in Australia. It says it right on the sign.
That's funny, eh? When we went to America, when we travel around and we're in Florida, we went to a town called Melbourne. It was pretty cool. It's on the beach here, and we went and had a look at that place. Yeah, it was called Melbourne. It's a beach-fronted place. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice place. It was just funny how it's called after our city, or not after our city, but the same name as our city, over.
That's very cool. So you're in Melbourne, right?
Yeah, I mean, the actual, where I used to live was in the suburbs of Melbourne, and I sold up and moved up to the countryside, and yeah, the state is called Victoria. We are about 110 k's north of Melbourne, yeah, in the countryside, Victoria, over.
Beautiful. Yeah, you got some nice acreage out there, because you had that fire, right? You had that fire go through your other place.
Yeah, Black Saturday, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that was only probably about 50 k's out of, well, maybe a bit more than that, probably 60 k's away from the city of Melbourne where we lived. Yeah, so isn't that far over?
How devastating is that, though? Like losing everything in the fire. It's like those poor people on Maui and Lahaina. And my wife and I, we would go to Maui every winter for a month there, and we'd spend a lot of time in Lahaina. And Lahaina on Maui is completely gone now, but from fire.
Yeah. They had a bad fire over there, didn't they? That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
No, this one there was in August. This one was beginning of August, and it completely wiped out the entire town of Lahaina.
Yeah, that's really sad. Yeah, it's sad. And when you go and you see it afterwards, it's like it's going to take years and years to get back to the way it was. Yeah, that's sad. The fires really, set everything back, don't they? I mean, all the trees are gone and it just looks, terrible, over.
Oh, it's sad. Yeah, all the vegetation is gone. There's some stuff starting to grow back, but most of it looks like somebody dropped a bomb on the place. And I was watching it on YouTube last night, my wife and I. It's like, it's sad because you lose everything in your house. All your photographs, all your memories are gone.
Yeah, that's the problem because you can't get them back. You know, you can buy new TVs and new cars and buy clothes, but them memories and photos and videos and stuff like that, yeah, that's the biggest loss because you just can't get them back, over.
Exactly, but you're just lucky to get out with your life. I think the main thing is get your animals out and get your family out, and everything else you just have to rebuild. But materialistic things, I guess you can rebuild, but you can't replace loss of life. So that's what I would do if there was a forest fire here, because we can get forest fires. It gets pretty dry here in the summer. Get the family out and get to safety.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you got to do, mate. Forget about everything, just save your life and your animal's life and get out of there. Everything else can be, you can get it, buy it back or buy something similar, but you can't, you're right, you can't get your life back and you can't get your health back, over.
Exactly, Mick, and I think that's what you did too, didn't you? That fire at your place was what, 2008? That was probably about 15, 16 years ago, and you did the right thing. You got out of there quick. You got your family, and everybody was safe.
Yeah, QSL, that's it, mate. I think what happens, Joe, you think about it. I did think about staying at one point, but when I seen it on top of that hill, I thought, man, I got no hope. And that was I'm glad I seen it and I got out of there. Could have been a lot worse, over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. If the fire was moving in that quick here, I grab my dog, grab my wife, and away we go. I don't know what I'd do. I'd have to head out on a boat. We're on an island here. We're on a small island, so I would head right to the ocean.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, that'd be the best way to do it. Somebody was telling me, Joe, I don't know if it's true or not, that when a bushfire is going through, seawater is no good to put on it. Is that true?
City water? Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe does it stop working? Because we're not on city water here, we're on a well. So if the power went down due to a fire, we wouldn't have any water, because our water has to come out of the well with a 220 volt pump, which is run by electricity. So if it was a bad fire and it started burning up the power poles, well, we'd be screwed too.
Yeah, well, that's right. You usually be buggered. How could you fight the fire? Yeah, someone was telling me, I can't remember who it was saying that salt water's no good to fight a fire. I'm not sure. I was like, oh yeah, but I didn't have to believe it or not. But yeah, someone was telling me, I can't remember who it was.
Well, I don't know. The fire hydrants are city water, right? If you think about it, we have fire hydrants that are nearer to town where they're on lake water because we have lakes here. So anybody that's on lake water, they have piped water. But people out in the outskirts, in the rural areas like us, it's all well water. But all around the town and stuff, they have fire hydrants. So that would be city water.
Yeah, Roger, mate. Well, I hope it never happens. Yeah, hope you never see it, mate. Yeah, that'd be a shocker. How big's that island, Joe? What's the how long will it take to drive around your island, over?
It takes from where I live on the very northern end to the very southern end. It's probably about 25, maybe 25, 30 minutes. It's just about 17 miles, just about 17 miles long and very mountainous and hilly. And the very southern part is about 6 miles across. I think about 6 miles wide at the base. And where I live on the very northern point here, it's maybe less than a mile wide.
Gee, that's not a big island, eh? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's not a big island.
No, and there's about 11,000 people that live here. We have 3 fire stations, police, high school, a hospital. We have everything here. We're basically self-contained, 3 different ferry systems. One on the southeast side that takes you to a terminal that's about 20 miles south of Vancouver. Then on the south end, we got a ferry that takes you over to southern Vancouver Island, gets you close to Victoria. And then around the corner from me, there's one that takes you to Vancouver Island as well.
QSL. Well, you know, when we used to go on holidays up to Queensland, up north, there's where my sister used to live, it's up near Brisbane, and there's a lot of islands off Queensland, and like Stradbroke Island, North Stradbroke, South Stradbroke, I think it's called Mitchie Mudlow. There's a whole heap of islands there, and you can buy land and houses on the island, and the only way to come back is on the ferry and stuff. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, we looked at it, but I don't really like the real hot weather, so yeah, I was like, nah. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool to live on an island, I reckon.
It's pretty different, and you got to get used to it. I've been here over 3 decades now. Hey, Mick, I think we got somebody out there stationed on the side. Hang on, buddy. Just hang on one sec, Mick. I think, unless I'm hearing things, if there's a station out there on the side, go ahead.
791,
693 Australia. We're waving at you, Swamp Radio. All right, 693 Swamp Radio Australia. Cheers and beers right back, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm talking to my buddy Mick there down near in Victoria, Australia there. You have a good one, buddy. 693 Swamp Radio Australia, 791. We're back at it here. Have a great one. Oh, he's coming in strong, man. Yeah, Mick is 20 over, man. He sounds like he's freaking sitting next to me in the radio room here.
He's going straight over the top of me, shaking my little pallet.
Yeah, he's sounding good. Well, have a good one. Have a good one there, 693.
Take it easy, Joe. All about 730 Swamp Radio 693.
All right, cheers and beers, buddy. Hey, Mick, could you hear 693?
Well, I could just hear a voice in the background, but I couldn't make out what he was saying. But I could hear him in the background, yeah. How was he coming into you, over?
I got him at about, he was coming at about, I think, 2, something like that. But he could hear you.
He could hear me, could he? Whereabouts was he, Joe, do you know?
Hey, 693, what was your QTH again in Australia? North of Sydney, God something, New South Wales.
QSL up to New South Wales. Yeah, well, I can hear him just, but I can't make out what he's saying. That's a shame. It would have been good to say hello, but yeah, I can't make out what he's saying. Yeah, fantastic, huh?
Yeah, I talk to him a lot, and he usually comes in way stronger signals, so it's just propagation. But yeah, no, he's got a good sounding station too. That's 693 Swamp Radio. So yeah, he said he can hear you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Roger. I don't know if he's talking or not, Joe. Like I say, I can't hear him. I'm not sure if he's still on the side, over.
Yeah, he's just listening, I think, on the side there. But yeah, you're steady. It's like that QSO we had one day. We seem to be talking forever with a good steady like 10 and 20 over there, and you're way up into the red still.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I got you about a 10. I got you hitting me on a 10. The old 5 element seems to be working well. She's been a good old antenna, and sitting up there. She's not at its full height at the moment, but yeah, it sounds like she's doing a good job, over.
Well, you're hitting me 30 over steady, pretty much 30. And like I said, I'm running a 3-element flat side Yagi here. And I remember our last QSO, I think we talked for about 20 minutes or so. I got a video gate rolling here, and I'm sure my battery will die on this little camera. I'm shooting a video for my YouTube channel. 26 minutes and 16 seconds now.
Yeah, QSL, hey Joe, I should try out on go over to me IMAX 2000 and me President Jackson and see if he can hear me on that one, over.
Go for it, go for it, I'm listening.
791 693.
Yeah, go ahead, 693.
You made the Victoria run this time on the stay on the back scatter. Your direction with me forward, so that's why you can't hear me, but he's yours.
Oh, that's what it is, kind of backscatter, okay. Because, I mean, you're coming in fine, and he's just freaking booming in here, but it's been pretty good conditions for South Pacific, that's for sure.
Copy that, 100%. Yeah, but he's running the ball, and he's in the same direction as me. He's down with me, so if he's higher than me, he's just a monster.
So that's what it is. His beam is facing the wrong kind of direction. I guess if he turned it towards you, he would pull you out of there easier. I gotcha. Hey, 693. Cheers, buddy. Have a good one down there, Swamp Radio. And I hear 2-0 out there again on a vertical IMAX 2000.
Yeah, Roger, Joe. I'm on the IMAX 2000 and the President Jackson. Sounds like you got a copy on the other.
Okay, it's still coming in really good. You're still bouncing up into the red.
Oh, that's unbelievable. We must have just a good location between the two of us. Because when I get you, I always give you a high signal, over.
Yeah, it's stronger with the flat side, no doubt. It's way louder, but it's still not a problem to copy you between 7 and bouncing up to about a 10 there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I'm happy with that. I'm running about 250 whiskeys with this one. 250 with the other one. I'm running about 450, over.
Okay, that was 20 over. You're 20 over there, so it's working, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Always good to make contact on a vertical mode. It's always harder to make a contact on a vertical than a plane mode, Joe.
It is. Wow, yeah, no, very impressive there. Yeah, 20 over on the vertical there, and even less power, too, so not a problem. So 693 was saying your beam is probably facing a little bit away from him, and if you had your beam facing more towards him, you'd probably be able to pick him out.
Yeah, I've got to face it a little bit more north. Yeah, a little bit more north. When I was up there, if I'm doing it, I'll probably be able to get him on this side of it, over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Because I know sometimes the side and back rejection is unbelievable on these beams. It just kind of blocks things right out.
Yeah, Roger, well, the 3 elements got to work as bad as you don't have to pinpoint it all the way. You can have it off reflection, but the 3 elements got that capability of dragging them in, over.
It does, yeah. It's a pretty good little beam. I'm pretty happy with it. And I can knock out even like signals that are people that are very very close to me. I can get them off the back of the beam and barely hear them.